RebecaFit. Today we're going to have a beautiful flow in the morning when you just wake up and you feel very tight everywhere and you feel like you need to move around to start your day. This is going to be a very easy to follow along at home mobility flow workout. Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to start on a 4-point base all the way back to child's pose. We're tucking in our chin and rolling forward slowly to your wrists and melting the quads down on the floor. Open up the shoulders and gaze up. Move side to side, tuck your chin in around the shoulders and roll back all the way back to child's pose again. Breathe in and breathe out and stretch to the right. Feeling the stretch in your back, going back to center. Breathe in and breathe out, and then move your hands to the left. So you should feel the stretch on the right side of your back and back to center. Tuck your chin in and roll forward super slow. Melt your hips down to the floor. Open up the shoulders and gaze forward. Tuck your toes under, come up to a solid floating dog. You can move side to side and look to the right and center and look to the left and go back to center. Tuck your chin in, round the shoulders and go back all the way down to downward facing dog. You can move side to side to relax your spine, to relax your neck. You're going to bring your heels up and roll forward and melt the hips down. And again, gaze forward on a floating dog. Tuck your chin in, round the shoulders, and slowly you're going to move and roll back to downward facing dog. You can bring your feet a little bit forward, toes touch, leg up to the sky, leg to your sits bones, and sideways to scorpion reach. Bring your right leg back down, extend the leg, and put it back next to the left. Toes touch, left leg up to the sky, foot to your sits bone, and scorpion stretch. Bring it slowly back down, extend the leg, and bring it all the way down next to the right foot. We're going to go back and stretch, and these are going to be squats that knees are off of the floor 1 inch. So you're barely going to go down, kind of like in a child's pose, and come back up and giving you a little bit of a spinal wave when you come back up, and lock the knees back down, gaze forward in between your hands, and come back up and lock the knees. From here, we're going to bend the knee and we're doing a rolling lunge. Place the right foot next to the right hand and left foot next to the left hand, and we're going to go on a squat. Here we're going to release the hips side to side, feeling a little bit of movement, and stretch back. And you're going to come back very slow to the sitting squat. From the sitting squat, we're going to switch to the left hand and reaching back, and your right arm goes back up and stretch. Bring it down very slow to a sitting squat position again. Moving around, letting your body naturally move. Moving to a solid plank. All the way back down to chaturanga. Come back up to floating dog. We're going to tuck the chin in and roll back to downward facing dog. And stretch as much as possible. You can move your feet forward a little bit if you feel like you're too far away. Walk your hands to your feet and hold it on forward fold. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Drop your hands forward. Walk yourself forward very slow to a solid plank to chaturanga and floating dog again. Gaze forward. Tuck your chin in and roll back to downward facing dog. We're doing a lot of spinal waves to wake up the nervous system, and it's very, very good for your back. Walk your hands back and hold it in forward fold. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk your hands forward again. Slowly take your time to a solid plank down to chaturanga, floating dog, gaze forward. Tuck your chin in and roll all the way back to downward facing dog. Stretch your back, move around. Place your knees down on the floor, back to child's pose. From child's pose, we're going to roll forward and go into a 4-point base. Move around. I always like to move around. Thread the needle with your left arm to the right, and you can put the cheek down on the floor. And now we're going to switch. Right arm threads the needle to the left. You can place your cheek down and back to 4-point base. I'm always moving around. I like to stretch the spine. From here, down dog again. And rolling lunge, you're gonna place your right leg next to the right hand. Place the left knee down and move back to give a yummy stretch for your hamstring. You can place your elbows down for a more advanced move and go forward. And you should feel a stretch on the left leg. Now we're going to go back to 3-legged dog and place the foot next to the left. From down dog, rolling lunge with the left leg, placing it next to the left hand. Move back, stretch your hamstring. You can place your elbows down for a more advanced move. Extend and reverse. Knee up, 3-legged dog. Left leg goes down next to the right foot. Continue stretching on a down dog. You can move a little bit forward if your feet are too far. Walk your hands to your feet, down to forward fold. Drop your hands, move them around. Come up one vertebrae at a time slowly. Open up. Come down. And thank you very much.